Hey guys, welcome to the Diamond District. So today I really wanted to make a video more about calling myself out, but being visible about it and hoping that anybody who watches this video can relate, understand, and hopefully apply any type of gems or jewels from this. So I've been very consistent in uploading my YouTube videos since the very first day. I haven't missed a day. Funny enough, if you go through the release dates and you see like there's a gap, it's because at the time I didn't even realize that you had to wait for the video to upload it before closing the app. But I've been incredibly consistent thus far with uploading these videos, uploading the vlog, uploading my beats. I've just been constantly showing up in regards to that, which is something I'm very proud of myself. However, one of the reasons why I initially didn't really want to start making videos is because I thought that the message that I had to share with people, it wouldn't really land if I wasn't necessarily practicing what I was preaching. And I was just sharing information, and people can look at me and see that, okay, well, it sounds like what you're saying is valid, but we don't really see that from you. So I guess you're really just chatting shit. And you know, I kind of reached a point where I kind of feel like that's what's happening. You know, I am in architecture school. I made that leap. I put myself in a position where I can't back out, and it's going to further accelerate me, but I don't feel like I'm attacking it the way I should. I quite literally have like a home gym, but I barely use it. I've been more so doing like calisthenics, but I really should just combine the two. But even with the calisthenics, like that's just faded away completely within the past, I'd say at least 2 weeks. Like I'll do like a sporadic workout here or there just to do it. But you know, like I say all the time, consistency is key. And to be consistently inconsistent is the easiest way to really blow your fire out. So I just wanted to make this just being accountable for myself and knowing the type of person that I am. I know that I'm going to pivot the way I need to starting tomorrow morning. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to make sure that every other day for this month, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Regardless if it's difficult, regardless if I got enough sleep or not. And that's a lot of the issues that I have, is that I always try to make logical decisions based on what makes sense. But a lot of those decision makings would go against the commitment, and that's really just called procrastination. That's really called procrastination. Like I understood early on, and I've always understood this, that waking up in the morning at 5 a.m. guaranteed to have enough time in your day to create time blocks in order for you to master several different things. And I am quite literally in a point in my life where there are multiple things that I need to master. Not just dabble in, not just be okay with, not just mess around with. Like I need to know how to really do this shit. Because if I don't, I'm gonna fail architecture school. If I don't, I'm gonna fail life. And as a person who I know all the things that I know, but I'm in the phase of life where action is required. Action will always be required, right? But we all go through our own journeys where we have to really learn about life and learn about ourselves. And to be honest, I think that there's still more things that I can learn about myself as a human being and as a person, but within the field of self-improvement for myself, I learned enough to know that I need to just fix these problems. I need to allow habits to help change me. You know, that's really where the concept of the work works on you. When you're doing the work, when you're doing the habits, the consistency, you start to change. And me making these videos and me putting out beats, I'm not exactly sure what exactly has changed within me, but I know that at the very least, I have this public digital record of my commitment and my consistency. But I also want to see it within my life and within my health. I understand the importance of leadership within a relationship. So when I see myself slacking, I kind of beat myself a little bit because I think of what kind of message does this send to my partner. Like I want her to be incredibly happy. I want her to be fearless, and I want her to I want her to see like the necessity for consistency. So if I'm inconsistent, but my message is this, but my actions are that, you know, it's not aligned, it's not congruent. So I just really want to make sure that I am not just like visually accountable. Like, yes, making these videos allows me to be accountable in the things that I'm doing, but nothing is more important than action. Nothing is more important than action, because if you're not executing, then you're just in the state of inaction. And then when you're in the state of inaction, all you're doing is thinking about what you should be doing, which creates an echo chamber in your head. And I'm well past that. So I think what makes this moment right here really special for me is that usually when I start fucking up, which is really just what I call it generally, when I start fucking up, what would end up happening is eventually it'd be like a total collapse. Like I would just kind of give up on everything and then say like, oh, I'll start over. So meaning that I wouldn't make a video, I wouldn't make a beat. I'd say tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into like a couple weeks, and then turns into 3 months, turns into 6 months, turns into a year. And what I would call that is a delay to baseline, which is a term I believe I got from Alex Hormozian and his wife. And essentially it's the ability to like essentially fall and pick yourself back up. For me, it used to take me almost forever, way too long, to be honest. Now I see that within the time frame of me picking the pieces up in my life and saying like, all right, let me start cutting out the vices to gain clarity and have enough energy to move forward to help build momentum in my life. I think it's been about 80 days of that so far. And so within this 80-day time frame, you know, I definitely had peaks of like consistency in working out, also doing all of these things, whether in views or whatever the case may be. But I almost feel like I'm in this ebb moment. But the difference is I haven't totally collapsed. I haven't completely just let everything go. I haven't let myself go. I'm still showing up and being consistent. But it's important for me to tighten up in all the other areas as well. And that's what I intend to do. And, you know, I had made a video about sacrifice the other day. And one of the things I always used to struggle with is that question of what am I willing to sacrifice? And truth be told, what I'm willing to sacrifice to be the newer version of myself is everything I used to do. So I guess moving forward from here, this is just a declaration of war on me.